Welcome to Holographic Health Insights, the podcast where science meets soul for complete well-being. Join hosts Reverend Anne-Marie Byers and her daughter Rochelle Generis as they explore transformative health approaches that integrate body, mind, and spirit, from energy medicine to holistic practices.
Antibiotics can be life-saving, but they can also disrupt your body's delicate balance. In this episode, we explore how to restore gut health, rebuild immunity, and support full body recovery after antibiotic use. Welcome back, everyone. Skip Monaco, producer, back in the studio with owners of Holographic Health, Inc., Reverend Anne-Marie Byers and Rochelle Generis. It's good to see you again, ladies. How has your week been?
Good to see you.
Skip. Good to see you, Skip.
All right. Very good to see y'all. So, Anne-Marie and Rochelle, excited to dive into this topic today. I'm very interested in learning a lot more about antibiotics and their effects. So, recovering from antibiotics is something that many struggle with, and your expertise is exactly what we need. So, talk to us a little bit about recovering from antibiotics.
Well, when you use antibiotics, like you said, they can be life-saving. However, they don't just kill the bad bacteria in the body. They kill the good bacteria. And the good bacteria is part of your immune system. The gut microbiome is extremely important in health and in maintaining the body's chemistry and digesting food and helping the gut talk to the rest of the body. In order to rebuild that, you need good probiotics, and we have a range of those in order to help work with that, to rebuild that. A probiotics 10, which has 10 different types of probiotics that goes to all the crevices of the body. And then we have our colonize, which is specifically for the colon. And then we have other suggestions, like using pomegranate juice, which helps to build a certain type of bacteria in the body that you can only get through food. And then sourdough bread is another one that has certain types of bacteria that helps to build another type of good bacteria that you can only get through food. So part of it is taking the probiotics that help the gut to rebuild, eating good food, organic food, and then the right foods to maintain that and help build that. And you want organic food because the Roundup, glyphosates, the pesticides also destroy that good microbiome, the good gut bacteria. So you want to eat organic and you want to rebuild that gut microbiome.
Very good. My wife, I try not to take antibiotics as little as possible. And to me, that also makes it more effective when you have to. But that's just my own thoughts on it. But my wife takes a lot of them, and she's a school teacher, so she gets exposed to a lot of stuff and comes home and says, I'm going to go to the doctor and get blah, 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 blah. What are the long-term considerations for those who have had, like my wife, multiple rounds of antibiotics?
Well, if you don't replace the good microbiome, a lot of things really go wrong in the body, such as food does not digest properly. People often have trouble with weight control because some of the probiotics allow the gut to talk to the brain, and then the brain chemicals are off from that. And you can develop leaky gut, which allows toxins to get into the bloodstream from the gut. And that can happen whether you've taken antibiotics or not, really, by using pesticides. So all of those things, and then you go down the road of other illnesses because the immune system is more compromised because you haven't allowed the immune system to work on the invader. And so sometimes you have no choice, that we understand that, but anytime you can use a natural approach to boosting your immune system instead of going to straight to an antibiotic is always better. And so we have various things we have to boost the immune system, and which we have talked about in another podcast. But that is how we really approach it, because your gut is your first line of defense in your immune system.
Very good. Well, you said, one of the best natural ways to replenish beneficial bacteria is the right foods and liquid.
Right, but some of them you can only get by using a good probiotic. And so it's a combination of both.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Are there some specific holistic therapies or energy-based approaches that aid in healing from antibiotic effects?
The supplements we talked about, and anytime you're under stress, you need more good food, more things to counteract that stress. So keeping your stress moderated, eating an alkaline diet, because when you eat an alkaline diet, we've talked about that before as well, that helps the body to work better. Bugs can't live in an alkaline environment. Cancer can't live in an alkaline environment. So using good foods like celery and good green juices, and taking greens like spirulina, things like that, to help the body to be more alkaline, is going to help everything overall. So you're not going to have the overgrowth of the bad bacteria to start with if you keep the body alkaline. Dr. Barudi's book, Alkalize or Die, is still a classic. And that made a huge difference in my health when I really realized that I needed to make sure to keep my food more on the alkaline scale, drinking lemon water, eating good fruits and vegetables. And I'm a vegetarian. I do not eat meat, and meat and stress are two of the most acidic foods, along with sugar, that you can eat. So, and the ever-present unnatural sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, those should be avoided by everybody, because those actually mess with the good gut microbiome and cross the blood-brain barrier. And they actually make people want to eat more sugar and want more sweets. People who use artificial sweeteners are actually more overweight than people that eat sugar. So those are to be avoided at all costs. And by unnatural sweeteners, I'm talking about the sucralose and things like that. Stevia is natural. Maple syrup is natural. Coconut sugar is natural. And there are a lot more natural forms of sugar than, bleached white sugar, which does not have food value.
Well, the artificial sugars in, let's say, of course, this is ridiculous that I ask this, but like sodas or Coke, or I don't know what they use in Diet Coke and diet drinks. Bad, right?
Yes, exactly. So you want to avoid that. And that also leaches calcium out of the bones, because have you ever poured a Coke on your windshield to get rid of the film?
My dad did.
And yes, and so that, if that goes in your stomach, it really gets rid of things in there as well. So those are not good for anyone. And if you want something sparkling and natural, you can mix some sparkling water with some natural fruit juice, and that makes a nice refreshing drink. And avoid the sodas. They have no food value. And they also are often in aluminum cans, and aluminum is a heavy metal that builds up in the body and causes other problems as well.
Wow.
So we want to avoid these things.
Wow. As far as alkalinity goes, I've got a garden in my backyard, and I've got more kale than I could possibly consume. Is kale a good alkaline food?
It is a great food, both the natural fiber and the good vitamins and minerals in kale. It's a very good food. You can cook it. You can, make kale chips out of it, put it in the oven and make something crispy. Instead of potato chips, those are, if you, a little bit of spices, so those can be really good. And a garden is a great way to boost your food value, have something locally grown. And so anytime you can do something organic that way is amazing.
And I use no chemicals at all on my garden.
Good for you.
So absolutely love it because of course the lettuce is getting out of season now, but I love to, if I want to eat a salad at night, I just go out to the backyard and pick a bunch of stuff and bring it back, make a salad and eat it.
Best,
Was in the ground that day. Love it.
best way to do it. Very fresh.
Absolutely. Well, Anne Marie and Rochelle, we appreciate you sharing your wisdom on this really essential topic. I will make sure that my wife watches this podcast so that she knows it's not just me. But these insights are invaluable to everybody. So looking forward to our next enlightening conversation.
Thank you, Skip.
All right. Thanks. You guys have a great rest of the day.
Thanks for joining us on Holographic Health Insights. If you're ready to dive deeper into transformative health approaches, visit holographichealth.com or give us a call at 800-566-1522. Remember, your journey to total well-being starts here.